Welcome everybody to a brand new episode of Top to Bottom. In today's episode, we are going to be looking at the new Lil Uzi album, Eternal Atake. Now, I just want to preface this video by saying that I know that there are two discs to this album. However, I'm going to be focusing on the first disc that came out, which is actually the second disc of the overall project, which is Eternal Atake. I'm going to be focusing on Love vs. the World 2 when I have listened to it more and I feel like my opinion is a lot more solidified, but at the moment, we are going to be focusing on the first half or the first disc or the second disc, whatever the hell you want to call it. We're going to be focusing on Eternal Atake for this video, and probably my next video is going to be Love vs. the World 2, the review, where I'll give you guys my score of both of the projects combined, but for now, as I said, we're going to be focusing on this half. And I'm kind of sad about that because I thought maybe I was just going to have to review this album and then that was going to be it. But no, I have to review the first half as well, Love vs. the World 2, which I'm not happy about because, in case you guys don't know, I'm just going to put it out there right now, I am not a fan of this project whatsoever, or at least Eternal Atake. I haven't heard Love vs. the World 2, so I don't know, maybe that's going to be better. But when it comes to Eternal Atake, I do not like this album whatsoever. You might have noticed that this episode of Top to Bottom is actually going to be a lot shorter because I actually don't have very much to say about Eternal Atake. It's just not very good. In terms of negatives, a lot of the points I'm going to be making are going to apply to many tracks on this album. So I guess let's just hop into it. There are 18 tracks on this album, and I had to listen to all of it over and over again until I formed my opinion. But from first listen, I knew this wasn't really that great. At the number 18 spot, we have Bigger Than Life. In conclusion, Uzi is a rapist. This is probably the most boring track on the album, and that's saying a lot because there are a lot of really, really boring tracks on this whole project, and this just happened to be one of them, but like I kind of narrowed it down and thought that this was the most boring one. In the 17th spot, we have Chrome Heart Tags. Yeah, we're going that quickly through each song. I told you guys I don't have much to say because there is not much to say about these songs. They're just really half-baked and not really that good. But anyway, let's focus on this song. It is just as forgettable and boring as Bigger Than Life. That's really all I can say about it. In the number 16 spot, we have Bust Me, and again, it is just as forgettable and boring as the two tracks that I have placed before it. In the number 15 spot, we have Venetia, and all I have to say about this one is it is another filler track. In the number 14 spot, we have That Way, and some of you guys might be surprised because a lot of people really like this song. I originally thought I liked it maybe because of the chorus, but with repeat listens, I have come to realize just how annoying this song is. In the number 13 spot, we have Homecoming. The only parts of this song that I like are the lines where he says, "I say how I feel and I do what I want." Everything else is pretty much the same in terms of negatives that I have already gone through on the list, or I will get to with songs that are coming up sooner. In the number 12 spot, we have Low Main. This is the song that is following up the opener to the album, Baby Pluto, and it is worse than Baby Pluto. The flow of this song and Lil Uzi's flow just in general is extremely boring, and the trap beat that is behind this song is super basic. In the number 11 spot, we have Celebration Station. To talk about the beat, it sounds decent, but should I even bring up anything about the lyrics? I mean, you guys already know that I'm not a fan of the lyrics on this project. I don't even need to mention it, but the lyrics are just terrible, and it's like that for a great deal of these songs. Maybe I'm just looking for the wrong thing. Maybe I'm not supposed to be looking for lyrics when it comes to a Lil Uzi Vert project, but when I'm listening to music, I pay attention to the lyrics, and unfortunately, this album is lacking a lot in that department. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about that. Besides the decent sounding beat, which I already brought up, there is not much else of value that comes from this track. Cracking into the number 10 spot, which is not really saying that much because it doesn't really get much more exciting from here, but we have Prices. I will say that the choir in the background is nice along with Uzi singing at certain points on this song, but again, I can't really say that there's anything else interesting about what is on this track, and this is quite far into the album. This is the 12th song on the entire album, and at this point, I'm just dying inside because I've just had to deal with so many bad tracks. In the number 9 spot, we have Pop. The beat is super basic. The lyrics are just boring and just ridiculous, to be honest. This song is extremely forgettable and really annoying as well, especially with the Balenci part where he's just repeating that over and over again. It's just like, just stop. In the number 8 spot, we have Urgency, and I urgently need to stop reviewing this album because it has sucked so much energy out of me. I'm sure you can tell because I'm just so fucking dead on the inside listening to this shit. I'll talk about the one positive to this song, and that is Sid. She is quite nice. Her singing is really good. The rest of this is just super boring and bland and just lacks any flavor whatsoever. In the number 7 spot, we have Secure the Bag. The melody in the background of this song is quite nice, but again, the beat is really basic. His flow is just as boring as it is on many other songs on this album. In the number 6 spot, we have You Better Move. The beat is okay. It is a little bit basic, but it is at least interesting with the like ray gun sounding shots in the background. The thing where it's like, the lyrics are boring as usual, but honestly, I shouldn't even bring up lyrics anymore in a Lil Uzi Vert review because there's never going to be anything of substance. I will mention that I like the Yu-Gi-Oh reference on this song, if that's really saying anything at this point. In the number 5 spot, we have Baby Pluto. The beat is nice on this song. The lyrics are really stupid. The song is pretty hype, but it pretty much sets you up for the rest of the project, and not in a good way, of course. The flow is super cliche and forgettable. And that is why it's setting you up for the rest of the project, because that's what this entire project is pretty much. In the number 4 spot, we have Silly Watch. I will say that the beat on this track does go pretty hard. Uzi is slightly, and I mean like slightly more aggressive, but still kind of boring. I don't hate this track, but I definitely don't love it either. In the number 3 spot, we have Futsal Shuffle. Everyone knows this one because of the memes. It has a really interesting beat and is definitely enjoyable to listen to. The lyrics are still pretty dumb, but overall, I can say that I at least like the track. In the number 2 spot, we have P2. It's a really nice sounding song. He pretty much just tries to make an EXO Tour Life 2, or pretty much just tries to copy that track. It's not nearly as good as EXO Tour Life and definitely not original in the slightest, but it's enjoyable. I like this song. And finally, in the number 1 spot, we have I'm Sorry. And at this point in the album, I couldn't believe it because we actually have a good song. The singing is nice and there is actually some emotion behind this song. The beat is really nice on this song and it sounds melodically pleasing at the least. The lyrics are still pretty dumb, but I can pretty much block them out and just enjoy the overall sound of this song. This is one that I actually liked. So yeah guys, that has been the entire list and we went through that very quickly because, as I said earlier in this video, there is not much to talk about with these tracks. The lyrics are generally just really boring. A majority of the time, he's just riffing vocally over the songs. And so diving into the lyrics or diving into anything that I would try to pull some sort of depth out of isn't going to work because there's just very little there to offer. While there were songs that I liked, I would definitely say that I liked Futsal Shuffle, P2, and I'm Sorry. I can't say that I really loved any of the songs. I just liked them. To give you guys a small little idea of how I rate these albums, I actually rate each song individually. I listen to a song, I write my notes on them, and then I will actually give a score out of 10 to the song. Once I have a score for each song, I am going to take that score and then find out what that album is out of 10 overall. Say for example, there's 18 songs on this album, there are 180 points that can possibly go to it, and I believe with this album I got like 53 or something like that. And the reason I say that I don't love any song is because even the best song on this album, I'm Sorry, I gave it a 7. Like, I like it, but I'm not going to say that it's fucking fantastic or anything like that. And then the worst songs on this album, the first 4 that are here from 18 to 15, I just gave those a 0 because there was nothing of value from them. Or at least to me. I'm sure you guys know at this point, these videos are just my opinion. And you guys might be watching this video and think, oh, Brandon, you're just a big old hater. You just really hate Lil Uzi. No, I definitely can't say that I listened to any of his projects before this, but I was excited for this project. When I heard that Uzi dropped Eternal Atake, I was actually really excited. I jumped in and I was like, I want to see what the hype is about. I want to understand why people like Uzi as an artist. And unfortunately, I just don't see it. I don't understand why people like Lil Uzi. If you like Lil Uzi, continue liking him. I don't want to change your opinion. If you enjoy his music, good for you. But unfortunately, I do not see the value in his music that other people do. And for that reason, I really didn't enjoy this album. When it comes down to scoring the album out of 10, I'm giving this a 2.5, a very low rating. I was very disappointed, and I went into this wanting to like it, but I was halfway through the album and I was like, I like I'm Sorry, and then I liked the last 2 tracks, which were only bonus tracks. I don't know, I was really disappointed, and I'm just hoping that Love vs. the World 2 is going to be better. I can't exactly say that my hopes are really that high, but if it's better than this, then I guess that's something. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I had to say about this album. Look out for my next video because I'm going to be reviewing Love vs. the World 2. I'm going to start listening to that right after I upload this video, and I'm hoping that you guys are looking forward to that. But until then, I'm going to wrap this video up here. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you smack the like button. If you want to stay up to date with my content, please be sure to subscribe. I'll have my last video in the corner. If you haven't checked that out already, definitely make sure to check it out. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.